Tense moments today in the Oval Office after House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer sparred with President Donald Trump over funding for the border wall. Afterwards, in a caucus meeting, Pelosi even called the wall a manhood thing for him. Trump said he would be proud to shut down the government for border security.
It's not transparency when we're not stipulating to a set of facts, and when we want to have a debate with you about saying we confront some of those facts without saying to the public,
we need border security.
That's
what we're going to be talking about, border security. If we don't have border security, we'll shut down the government. This country needs border security. The wall is a part of border security.
I so enjoyed watching that. I hope you did too. So for the 360 view, I have to go to our political panel, former Florida Democrat Party Chair Mitch Ceasar and Ted Harvey from the committee to defend the president. Gentlemen, don't you think every time the three of them are together in a room, we need to have cameras pointed for their safety and our humor? Mitch?
No doubt.
Absolutely. I mean, that's must-see TV. I watched it twice. I couldn't believe it. I think the problem is that the president outsmarted himself. You know, he has his ongoing reality show. Everybody knows it's been played out. They know what the answer is going to be. They know what his shtick is going to be. So he thought he'd change it because maybe the ratings are going down, otherwise known as poll numbers. So he put it up there. And frankly, I think he came off very poorly. They said several times, the Democrats, why don't we do this behind closed doors? We don't need the press. Let's, in effect, try to get something accomplished. And he said no, 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 and owned the wall. And what's interesting is he actually made a comment which he got called on, because this is Trump just going through his usual off-the-cuff comments, when he said, you know, we caught all these terrorists. You know, all these people are coming through the border, and we have all these terrorists. Well, then Nancy Pelosi said, well, that means what we have right now is working. And if it's working, we really don't need to spend billions more on the wall. We're interested in giving you and maintaining the funding of $1.3 billion. He kind of got caught in his own words. It's the newest reality show. He tried it out today. Really didn't work for him.
Well, that's the thing. If you were keeping score, because that kind of was too, it was a mark on each of them at different points. You're right. That was a point in Nancy Pelosi's corner. However, Ted, at the same time, did Trump not make a great point when he said, wait a minute, you mean you can only get things accomplished behind closed doors? Did he not kind of expose the good old boy, or in Nancy's case, his woman network at D.C. and how he wanted to bring transparency? And she's the one that said, shut the media out, close the doors so we can get something done. Didn't he also get a point for that one as well?
Oh, this whole thing was exactly what Trump wanted to happen. He wanted to put the Democrats in a situation where they were going to say they were willing to shut down the government to allow illegal immigrants to come into our country without having any verification of who they are, what their reasons were for coming into the United States. They want to allow MS-13 to come in without any check to see who they are. They want to have anybody come in that has any illnesses to come in without having any checks. The president had them right where they wanted, and it was classic to me that Chuck Schumer, the one who shut down the government literally a year ago on immigration to allow benefits for illegal immigrants, looks the president in the eye and says, you're not going to shut the border, you're not going to shut the budget down on immigration, are you? You won't do that, will you? And the president said, yes, I will, because the American people want to have a secure border. And this is exactly what the president wanted. The Democrats don't want to have a discussion about the border, about illegal immigration in front of the public, because they know that they are on the wrong side of history, and the president has them in a box, and he knows he's going to win on this. And regarding poll numbers, if you look at the Rasmussen poll that came out today, the president is at 49%, which is higher than he's been in several weeks, and he's going to go even higher because of this conversation that he is actually standing up for Americans and American sovereignty.
Okay, but you've got to give them this, Ted, because immediately out of the gate, you had Nancy and Chuck together saying it's the Trump shutdown, it's the Trump shutdown. They're already branding it as the shutdown. And shutdowns in the past haven't necessarily worked well for Republicans from at least a PR perspective. So if this does go into a Trump shutdown, does that work good for this president, or does that exactly work for his base, saying, you know what, I'm willing to shut down this government if it means actually getting this wall built? Does that work well for Republicans?
That's why he had this press conference, is to say, yes, I'd be willing to shut down the government on this issue because this is what the American people want. And I guarantee you the reason why the Democrats don't want to shut it down is because they know that they will lose on this issue if they move forward and don't fund this border wall.
Well, that's the thing, Ned. Do Democrats really think that shutting down based on a border wall is really going to change their base? Or do they actually like the fact of Nancy and Chuck pushing back to the president in front of the president? Does that not, did both groups kind of walk away with this? So, and that's our guys up there. We're very proud of them. Was this actually a good day for the Democrats?
I think it was, because what occurred was, I think seriously Trump miscalculated. You know, him pushing the wall helps his base, but it doesn't help among Democrats or independents. That's what gave us a 40-seat gain in the House, and we may be at 41. Let me give you dueling polls, and that is the NPR poll today that came out that said 57% of the American people think Trump should capitulate and compromise so the government doesn't shut down. You know, the deal that he just took ownership of, which was closing down the government. And in the same poll, 69% of the American people said it's very low on their priority list, meaning a wall. I think everybody wants border security, including the Democrats. There may be some disagreement. He's trying to make good on a campaign pledge. The problem is it'll cost the American people $5 billion to make good on a pledge of something that does nothing. The bottom line is, we have to look at that. The fact is that the Democrats said, let's try to negotiate this. You don't want to close down the government. You don't want to do that. And, of course, he fell over the line, the president did, and said, I own it and it's mine and we want to do that. Listen, he seems to be very, very interested in immigration as a political issue. He certainly didn't bring it up when it came out this week about 3 of his workers at his country club in New Jersey and Westminster who are all illegals. And not only were they not detected, but evidence came out indicating that people who work on the staff actually helped them work there and assisted them with how to go through paperwork and so forth. So it's great to be duplicitous politically, not so much financially for the Trump organization.
Well, Mitch, Ted, I have to tell you, at least both of you walk away saying we won. And I think we can all agree that everything needs to be on camera going forward. And I guarantee you and I would both grab our popcorn because it would be great to watch. Thanks for joining us tonight.
And the Democrats don't want that.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.